नमस्ते बिटिया खुश रहिए आई जे बी एन मुस्कान कुमारी फ्रॉम द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी एंड आई एम वर्किंग here as an assistant professor in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University and the Faculty of Education and Methodology. So before starting this session, I just want to recall something about the previous sessions that I have discussed the basic introduction to the computer networks, and there are so many features of the computer network, and also discuss the types of the computer network, isn't it? And now today I will discuss the basic architecture of the computer network. What will be the architecture? What will be the structures through which we can design the computer networks for better understanding to all of you. So, to make you in easy understanding way, I just want to share some files with you, which will helps you to better understanding. Clear? So, hold one minute. Yes. Here is the files, which is the network architecture, isn't it? What is the network architecture? What is the meaning of this one? What is the importance of network architecture? These are points we will discuss in today's section. Okay, so now just let's start with this one. Network architecture. Network architecture is what? Computer network architecture is basically defined the physical and logical design of the software, hardware, protocols, and media of the transmission of the data. What is this? This is the basically define the physical, your logical design of software, how the physically and logically our softwares are going to be designed, and hardware will also be designed, whatever the protocols we are using here, and the media of the transmissions also, media of transmission data is also, isn't it? Simply we can say how computer organized and how tasks are allocated to the computer. So this is basically these all things will be discussed and done through the architecture of the computer network. So what? There are two types of the computer networks which are used basically. First is the peer-to-peer network. Second is the client-server network. Now, if you talk about the peer-to-peer network, so peer-to-peer network is a network in which computers are linked together with equal privilege and responsibilities for processing the data. Here is what peer to peer in a network, which is the all the computers are connected together, linked together with equal privilege and responsibility for processing the data. Second is the peer to peer network is useful for the small environments, usually up to the 10 computers in a network area. So, peer to peer network has no dedicated server, and special tranche permission are assigned to each computer for sharing the resources, but this can lead to a problem if the computers with the resources down. Now you can see in this diagram that what in peer-to-peer example, first take the first point, peer-to-peer example, all the computer networks are connected to each other with the same privilege, equal privilege and the responsibility for the processing the data or accessing the data. Clear? Now second point is what peer-to-peer is successfully for the small environments, at least small environments in the land, suppose land. Then what will be happen in the LAN or PAN? Suppose there are a limited amount of a data network, or you can say the systems are associated or connected with each other. Okay, so this is the that things that peer-to-peer network in which we are using the small environments up to the like up to 10 computers is enough. So peer-to-peer has no any dedicated server. As you can see that here is only the computer networks and the nodes. There is no any servers, isn't it? So special permission are assigned to each computer for special permissions are assigned to each computers has responsibility is computers have the capability that they can send and also receive the data from each nodes which is available in that network, and if any problems if the network with the same resources is down. Now if you talk about the Now, if we talk about the advantage of peer-to-peer network, so what we will do that it is less costly as it doesn't contain any dedicated server. It is very in the less quantity, less costly. Why less costly? Because we are using the local area network, and at most there may be 10 computers are connected in a network, isn't it? So the cost will also very slow, very low in the case of to maintaining that all the computers clear. And what it doesn't contain any dedicated server. If one computer stop working, but other computer will not stop working. Suppose if one computers are going to be stop their working, then it doesn't need that the other computers can also be stop their works. Will also stop their work, isn't it? So they doesn't. Suppose they one computer get failed, their hardware and software. So it doesn't affect to the all the computers which is connected with this one, isn't it? These rest of all the computers can proper work. They can do their own work properly. So it is easy to set up the maintenance as each computer manage itself. And disadvantages of peer-to-peer computer network will be like what? In case of peer-to-peer network, it doesn't contain the centralized system, okay, and therefore it cannot back up the data as the data is different at the different locations, and it the security will be issues to the generations of the computer network. So this is I have discussed that disadvantages of the peer-to-peer network, and now comes to the client-server network. What is the client-server network? So client-server network is what? Client-server network is the network models in which there are two computers. One is acts as a client, another is acts as a server. So this model is basically designed for the end users called the client, and to access the resources such as songs, videos, and whatever they want to perform tasks from the central computer, which is known as the server. Okay, so the central controller is also known as the server, who is the centrally systems is a mix and act as the server, who is basically used for accessing and storing the data, which is done by the end users, and end users is surrounding the central server. Clear. So while other computers in the network are called the clients, and server perform the major operations such as the security and the network management also. A server is the responsibility for managing all the resources such as the files, directories, and printers, whatever you are connected with that ones. And if you talk about the clients, all the clients communicate with each other through a server. For example, if client 1 wants to send some data to client 2, then it first sends the request to the server for the permission. The server sends the response to the client 1 to initiate the communication with the client 2. Okay, so here you can easily see that this is the client server architecture, in which suppose this wants to send some data to this system or laptop, then what they are requesting to the server, and the server gives the response to this client first that yes, you can communicate with this one, then these are going to be connected for the sharing the informations. Okay, so now if we talk about the advantage of the client server network, so what will be the advantage of the client server network? All the client server network contain the centralized system, therefore we can back up the data easily. A client server network has dedicated server. A client server network has the dedicated server, which improves overall performance of the whole system. Security is better for the client server as single server administers the shared resources, and it also increase the speed of the sharing of the resources also. If we talk about the disadvantage of that client server network, then we can easily say that the client server network is inexpensive as it requires a server with a large memory. And if we talk about the network operating system to provide the resources to the clients, but the cost of network operating system is very high in the client server architecture, and it requires a dedicated network administrator to manage all the resources. Clear? So these all are the basic topics which I have discussed with you, that what network architecture, the so I'm just going to conclude once again that what is the network architecture. Network architecture is that thing that how you are performing the task, like sharing of data files, storing the data into the server. So the basically all the activities is shown by through a architecture or designing of the structures, that is known as the network architecture, which defines you the physical and logical design of the softwares, hardwares, protocols, and media of transmissions also, isn't it? So in this we have studied the two architecture. First is your what peer-to-peer architecture, second is your client server architecture. In peer-to-peer architecture, your accessing of data is very fast, and there is no any central server who will manage all the computers. Here what you are seeing, that all the computers and the nodes are connected to each other only. Suppose if one computers get failed, then it doesn't affect the another systems which is connected in this channel, isn't it? So what will happen, the here is no any dedicated server, and each computer net, all the computers are linked together with equal privilege and responsibility for processing the data. And peer-to-peer network has no dedicated server, and this is used for the small environments, isn't it, where you can use at least 10 computers. And in this computers for the sharing the resources, but this can lead to problem if the computer with the resources is down, if a computer with their resources is going to be down, isn't it? Because these all are connected with one another. So here is the advantages is what, no any dedicated server. If one computer stop working, but other will not stop the working, isn't it? Because other will also getting the data from the some more rest of the computers which is under the working stage. And it is easy to set up and maintain the computers, manage itself. That disadvantage will be happens what, that it doesn't contain the centralized server system, and it cannot back up the data as different in the locations. Now come to the client server networks. Here one is the client, another will be the server. There may be two nodes or the multiple clients will also, all the end users who are want to access and do some task, that is called the end users. And there is a system that is acts as a server, isn't it? So all the, here is multiple clients, and here is one server, and the clients are communicating through via the internet, like the communication channels. And here is the advantages of that ones, and this is the disadvantages of the client server model, which I have already discussed with you. All client networks have dedicated server that improves the overall performance of the system, and security is also high in this client server. But disadvantage is that it is very expensive, with the, because we have required a large server on a large memory. Server has the network operating system which is very expensive for this, highly, isn't it? It requires a dedicated network administrator to manage all the resources. So this is all about the things. Now, this session has to be completed. And if you have any problem regarding this session, then please let me know your query by using the query drop into the comment section box, through which I will discuss your query in the next session. And please read this session from the multiple standard book, and also follow the multiple open access websites through which you can get the informative data regarding this session. Okay. And many more questions will be arises through this one, that what do you mean by the network architecture, why network architecture is important, and please explain the client server network architecture. Yeah, explain the peer-to-peer network architecture. Okay, then you have to write the concise data and concise format of point to point data. Okay, thank you.